Welcome back to the Gadget Spot.
Hey guys.
It's been 2
Hello.
weeks.
Who's that stranger?
His name's Jason. He's the small, angry one.
Oh, right.
Hey.
The alter ego.
Yeah.
We've been meaning to talk to you about your smoking habit. This is a safe place.
It's really affected me hard.
We all care about you.
10 packs a day, man.
10 packs. 1 carton a day. All right. Well,
Is this the sick spot that we're doing this
I
week?
guess so. My throat always does this when it gets colder because the weather gets drier with the cold.
What,
and
it gets like a
everything.
little raspy?
Yeah, it gets a little bit raspy.
Which is weird.
but I'm not sick.
You don't sound any different to me, but you got the two sickies over here, freaking Owen and
I'm
Jason.
Jason.
And then my knuckles get dry and start to crack.
You'll see how it goes, James. You're a new kid. You got a new kid, and as soon as they start going to play places
Yep.
or preschool or
Yep.
anywhere public, your immune system that you're kind of afraid of right now because you didn't get out much because you were a weird kid and they kept you in, you know?
I was
Like,
adopted,
Yeah.
and so like my mom didn't want to lose me again.
right.
I already got lost from the first set of parents. Also, why are you pinning this on me? Freaking Turney over here doesn't have any kids, but he has the most oddly specific winter problem. Did you say that you get flaky knuckles?
Oh yeah, your knuckles don't dry out and crack.
That's
Not
an
even
Eric-
a little bit.
I put on
Everybody's-
lotion twice a day.
Well, that's odd.
That's
but-
probably your problem. You're over lubricating.
I
Yep.
don't though. That's Jarron.
No.
Are you?
Oh.
Are
you should.
I put it on once a day sometimes when it gets
I
real
never
bad.
wear lotion.
Now,
do you
do
wear?
you-
What about chapstick?
I don't
Do
put
you
any
believe?
lotion.
Do you believe the
No.
chapstick
No.
conspiracy?
Yeah,
The more
chapstick-
you use-
Chapstick twice a day, lotion twice a day.
Chapstick is addictive.
Keeps a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
That doesn't make any sense. Chapstick. Chapstick definitely creates dependency, if you
Right.
ask me.
Yeah.
Because I used to use it all the time, and then I stopped, and I had really bad chap lips for a couple of weeks, and then they went away, and I've never had chap lips since then.
Yep. You'll see. Your immune system's about to get a fantastic boost, James. You're about to be one of the most immune people on the planet.
After much pain.
After
It's amazing
years of
how
pain.
I now have a human that just blindly sneezes on me, regardless if my mouth is open, if my eyes are shut. It doesn't matter. It just sneezes.
Oh, it's like
and
a
you
cat.
still love
I
it.
wish I had a graph of how much poop was in my life before my child and then after my child. That graph went up.
Yeah.
Exponential growth.
If
All
it was
right.
a stock, I would have invested.
Let's get this party train rolling. Gadget Spot, where we usually talk about gadgets, tech, and video games.
Whoop, whoop.
It's been all about lotion, chapstick, and poop so far.
And illness.
But let's go
Not
ahead.
at the same time, though.
Let's introduce the panel. Owen,
Hey, you can't see me, but I got my arms in the air.
is that how you start your raps?
Yep.
It's his way he exercises.
Yeah. It just means I survived another 2 weeks.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That means that you guys get to hear my voice again.
Aren't we lucky?
I thought it was going to be a longer pause there.
No.
Okay, well, you can follow me on Twitter at TechNoan. I haven't been on there much. The whole family, has been sick. It's one thing when one adult gets sick, then the other adult gets sick, or the kids, but we had everybody go down at once.
Don't I know it?
And when the caretakers get sick, and basically you're like, I can't care for you children. Hope you survive. I'll see you when this is over.
Lord of the Flies.
I'll see you on the
You
other
understand?
side, kids.
You start to understand how the Spanish flu killed so many people, or the plague. Anyway, luckily most of our kids are still alive, yeah. So
Did you ever switch your picture on Twitter? The one that I took of you with you just casually looking out of the bathroom?
Nope.
You said you were going to switch that for me.
I'm going to do that right now.
All right, because
I
you're a
forgot-
lurker on Twitter.
So you sent me the picture, and I was like, why did he send me the picture? Because I completely forgot why we did that.
I'm glad to know that our interactions are so meaningful
It's
to you.
actually ADD. I think that I'm undiagnosed, and I've been having a real hard time with it.
I have a little bit of my prescription left
Yeah.
over if you want a little.
I don't think I do.
Okay.
My wife probably wants me to, but
My wife.
Been playing any games? Still playing Mega Man a little bit?
my kid got into Mega Man, and I wanted
Is
to
he
let
further
him,
than you are?
No, I wanted to let him feel how impossible and depressing it is to play that game. So I let him play, and
It's a good analogy for life.
Has he beaten any of the bosses yet?
no,
You're like, listen, son, this is what games used to be like.
There was no difficulty setting because it was all difficult.
Yep. He actually asked, "Can we put this on the easy setting?" And I was like, "No,
Ha! You wish.
we play normal around here."
I don't even think
That's
that
right.
that is a selectable thing in Mega Man,
it
right?
is,
It's just
yeah. No, you
all
can.
self-regulatory.
No, you can.
What?
There's a level
On the
There-
new
there's a-
ones.
there- on the
Oh,
new
I
one.
didn't know
There's a
that.
difficulty setting.
And,
I kept it at normal because I didn't want to be shamed by you guys.
No, you did the right thing.
Good. That's good to know.
I don't think
So-
you ever disclosed that, though. So really, you probably could have played it on easy and then impressed us.
Quiet James.
Okay.
Well, he lasted about 5 minutes.
And he
Before
stopped
he was
playing after
like-
that.
Let's play Minecraft.
It's too hard.
Let's play Roblox.
Is he still really into Minecraft? Is that really still
Kids
as
are-
big as it?
Yeah, the kids are into Minecraft. My kids are getting older where they want to play Minecraft on actual survival mode now instead of creative to actually try and play through the game.
Have you
like
seen
real.
some of the stuff that they've built? Is it pretty cool?
It's insane. Yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff.
Your kids aren't playing a fork knife yet?
I don't let them. We don't. We're
Good for you.
We're a no Fortnite family.
Now, why is that?
We've
Just
had-
no shooters, or
Yeah, I just had kind of some bad parental reviews, and it's super addictive. We already have a problem with screen time and
Yeah.
screen time addiction in my family.
I
And I don't really like. I play Halo. I play a lot of first-person shooters that are.
I know if-
like gorier, but
I know a few people that work in the education industry in like elementary school level, and they say that's all the kids talk about now.
Right.
Fortnite.
it's crazy.
Fortnite here, Fortnite there,
And
everything's
Fortnite
once it-
everywhere.
Once it got
Yeah.
on the mobile, like it went crazy.
Yeah.
It didn't always start out. It didn't start out on the mobile.
No, but they ported it pretty quick
Yeah.
to mobile.
So
It's crazy.
the kid's been asking about it, but I said no. We already have issues with screen time addiction and
Yeah.
that. So anyway,
Good for you.
yeah.
Jaron, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Jarron.
Jason.
I've grown 50 years in the last 2 weeks.
and I feel like I
You guys
even
feel getting sicker, like just listening to him?
I want to
I
clear.
feel okay.
Every time you talk, I want to clear my throat.
Did that help? Nope, not at all. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter at Jarron, Jarron. I've been playing the heck out of God of War.
Yeah.
My family got me sick, then left to North Carolina.
So that's perfect.
The gift that
Yeah.
keeps on giving.
So I played like 15 hours of God of War over the last week.
Yeah.
That game is so phenomenal.
That's what I've been saying
Yeah.
forever. It's so good.
So last week I spent like
It's my game of the year.
an hour and a half optimizing my PC, overclocking my GPU, fixing some settings and stuff.
Yeah.
As soon as I finished with that, I played God of War.
That's right.
And it hit me that I love my PC so much because of the amount of work I put into it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely part of it because
Uh-huh.
it's your hobby. You know,
My-
it's your toy.
My PC
You-
is
you
like
create it.
my own child.
Exactly.
Whereas the PlayStation is like, I don't know, an adopted child.
Yeah. Well, it's just there.
I still love it, but
as much.
I don't know. It really depends.
I don't know. Don't look at me over here. I'm trying to stay away from you. If you guys obviously can't see me, I usually sit across from Jarron over there, and I'm sitting across. I'm sitting across the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. All joking aside, though, I love my PC. I love my PlayStation. It's all good.
Indeed. So that's pretty much all you've been playing is God of War
Yep.
and optimizing other games on your PC.
Yep.
For a few minutes.
Uh-huh. I optimize my PC, do like a benchmark, and then go to another game, do a benchmark, and I never play them.
That is the life after upgrade for at least a month.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. James.
What's up, guys? My name is James. I'm sitting across the room from Jarron. You can catch me on Twitter at JDD Jensen. JDD is for ADD. I officially got rid of my Xbox a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I am leaning full tilt into the PC Master Race and my
Oh.
Nintendo Switch, of which, once we get done talking about Patreon today, I'm going to go into what we're doing this month for Patreon.
Oh, snap.
Spoiler alert, it has to do with the Nintendo Switch.
Hey, we actually posted something
I know.
last time.
Yeah, and that's something else that I want to go into, because remember how I was talking about this last week with Patreon? I was going to use that new Adobe Rush app on the computer.
And you did.
I did.
On the
And
on the computer on your
Oh,
phone.
no, sorry, on the phone. And well, actually, it is available on the computer as well, but
Oh.
I used it for my phone, and we are going to talk about that later. Talk
Talk about your experiences with it.
My experiences.
Cool.
What I've been playing lately is I kind of, I think that I have a half-life of about 10 hours for side-scroller games, 20 hours for what is that called? Like strategy type games, builder games. RTS. I've been playing a lot of City Skylines, but I just burnt out just the other day. Done playing Dead Cells. And what else? Just Hearthstone, man. It's in the background. Playing it when I'm pooping. You know me. 212.
That's
801.
The PWP. Playing while pooping.
Playing while pooping.
Yep. PWP mode.
But you know who else poops and plays is Tony. He's our host.
I don't, actually. I don't play any games on my phone.
What do you do?
I read stuff on
What do
there.
you use to
Reddit,
read?
right?
Yeah, Reddit or just the Google News feed.
Quick question. What is your top 3 go-to subreddits? Outside of your popular and all.
I don't. I just go to my
Really?
Yeah, I go to the one curated that I curated and I just read through that every time. I don't really go to a subreddit.
You don't go to like R Funny,
No.
R Picks.
No. It shows up in my main feed and I read through it.
I need to do the curation one because I'm wasting vast amounts of time looking at all of them.
Are you just doing R all or R popular?
Just popular.
Oh my gosh.
It's mind numbing, but I have to keep going.
But you feel like you're in the know
Yeah.
with all the kids, right?
I do. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm learning new like acronyms. I'm like, oh, I feel cool.
I didn't know FTW was for the win. I thought it was F
Really?
the world.
What?
No.
I thought it was like the exact opposite.
Yeah, that's no good. All right, check me out on Twitter if you feel like at Quad T Tony every other week here on the Gadget Spot or every week on the Geek Show. Playing lately, I think I
Come on,
said
Red
last,
Dead. Come on, Red Dead.
Last time I said I finished Spider-Man and platinumed.
Congratulations.
That was basically the end of that.
How many hours total did it take you?
I haven't looked, but I want to say it was probably between 40 and 50.
Nice.
Yeah.
Full week of work. Not bad.
Yeah, you know. Since then, honestly, I've just been playing Destiny 2.
You haven't
the
leaned
expansions
into. I'm
and-
surprised you haven't done any Red Dead yet.
So I'm waiting to get Red Dead. I have to have some things to ask for Christmas.
See, that's the
You
problem
know?
with post 30 life.
Yeah,
is you can
exactly.
finally start to afford everything. So
If you can, you know, it's to the point where it's like, well, I want that, and you have to make yourself wait for some of that kind of stuff. But anyway, hopefully, I'll be getting that for the Christmas. The other thing though is I kind of wanted to wait because there's a few big bugs in that game that haven't squashed yet, and a bunch of little ones. Totally to be expected because it's a huge open world game. I mean, even Rockstar, you know, they're no Bethesda by any means as far as buggy launches go, but they still have their bugs.
Yeah.
My favorite one that I've read about so far is there's a certain road that you ride your horse down,
I heard about this.
and it will guarantee start your horse on fire for no apparent reason. So yeah, they need to fix stuff.
that's
like
awesome.
that.
Chariots
Oh, I
of
thought
Fire
that was
right
on
there.
purpose.
Yeah, it seems like
it's a
that's
bug?
yeah. Oh, that's a bug.
I'm pretty sure that's a bug.
Because that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Would you say it's on fire? Huh.
it's straight fire.
No, straight fire.
I don't know. Maybe that's how they say it.
My only problem with waiting for Christmas with that kind of thing is then once you get it, that's all you want to do on Christmas is play your new game,
Well, that's-
and then it takes you away from your family.
Well, that's another thing is I have use it or lose it PTO at work, and so I've got about 2 weeks scheduled at the end of the year.
That's not bad.
So there'll be another reason to hold off till then, so I can, you know.
I just hear that game
Play
is
it.
very like you have to have patience when you play it.
Yeah, everything I've read says the first like 5 hours are really slow. Maybe not quite 5, like
I
the
don't know
first
if
3.
I could do that.
Well, it's like you have to get up, you got to shave, you got to pour your coffee to give you energy.
So that's the stuff I hate doing in real life. Why would I want to do it in a video game?
See, that's how I feel. I don't know, but
Yeah, we'll see. I'll give it a shot though and let you know what I think. But yeah, Destiny 2 is pretty much all I've been playing. I've been playing some solo and quite a bit with my Uncle Squinky. So that's a lot of fun multiplayer, by the way, Destiny 2. If you guys decide to pick it up on PC,
I have it.
it's fun. It's free until like
Another week or so.
Another week. So
I picked it up. Is it free even after this?
yeah,
this
it's
week's
free
over?
to keep.
Yeah.
As long as you download it or like obtain your license for it between now and a week from now.
I'm
or
pretty
whatever.
sure it doesn't cost anything to get Battle.net on your computer, right?
No, that's free
No.
too.
Yeah, just hop on there, just go and download it just to have it.
Yeah.
So
Why
Tony,
not?
I bought Destiny 2 from you like a month ago.
Yeah, and then it went free.
Can I get a refund?
No.
Oh,
not-
come on.
Not a chance.
Come on.
Heck no.
Hey,
I
speaking
sold
of
it to you for like $5.
I know. I
Speaking
could buy
of-
cough drops with that.
speaking of buying stuff, Dusty is doing real good. He's doing a good job. That's the Roomba that I bought from you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's doing really good.
You named
I'm
him
glad.
Dusty.
I named him Dusty.
Oh, okay.
I bought a couple of new things for him. You know, keeping him clean, and he's doing great. He
Good.
works great.
How's he doing with the name change? Because I called him Roomby before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think he's having multiple personality disorder.
Yeah,
Because
I-
every now and then he gets stuck on a rug, and that's the only thing that I could decipher from the problems.
Yep. All right, let's. We got to have a shout out to our Patreons, our Patreon subscribers, because they are the best.
Owen, what is Patreon?
Since you're going basically hoarse, that's a place where you can. Patreon is a digital tip jar. It's a place where you can donate to the show if you want to help us out, pay for some fees. We do some cool stuff with it. We do video shoots, all sorts of cool stuff.
We try to do interesting things with the money.
So that we a little bit of extra content there, but if you donate at the top tier, which are really low actually,
$6.
you get $6. You get a shout out here on the show.
And that's what we're gonna do.
Owen, that was fantastic, by the way.
High five.
Yeah.
All right, big shout out and thank you. Whoa, my voice is progressively getting worse.
Have you washed your hands since touching the snake?
I wiped it on James.
Okay.
That is pretty funny. Anyway,
Jarron lost his train of thought.
huge shout out and thank you to Adam Echt, AJ Jasper, David Broshinsky, and Aaron Young. Thank you guys. Ryan Baker, Aaron Faulkner. Bloodborne is better than Uncharted.
Ooh.
Oh, that's heresy right there.
Ooh.
Derek Bauer, Adam Foote, Spencer Knowlton, Valentine, Kevin Eccles, Ryan McQueen, Johnny Rios, Derek Allred,
He's gonna make it.
Michael Beck, Jeffrey Kale,
Come on.
Roger Allen, Austin Beauregard,
Beauregard.
Morty, Brian Lee, Conrad Southworth. Whoa, you guys made me do that.
Hey, good job.
I do it for you, Patreon.
Go take it. Go have a seat, buddy. It's fine.
He's already sitting. It's not helping.
You really do make me want to clear my throat every time you talk. I'm just sitting over here like.
All right on. Thank you, Patreon backers. You are the best.
The bass.
Now we got. Do we have any emails? I don't.
Yeah, we do. We have two.
Okay, cool.
I'm not going to read them this time, though.
I can read him.
Thank you.
James.
I went to that store in Seattle. Is that the one that you wanted me to read? The one with Joe
No,
Reedy?
there's one before that, too.
All right.
From Mishmash.
Mishmash. I'm taking a bath. Email body.
This was, Mishmash wrote in last week too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
And
fun.
she's
and
correcting us.
I know.
Because we totally dropped the ball.
I know. Go for it, James.
Okie dokie. Thanks for addressing my VPN questions on the podcast. However, I think I need to clarify my Frodo comment. I did mean at the Blackgate,
Woohoo! We got that part.
walking right through the plain view. I'm disappointed that I have to explain the joke since it's based on the instance of members. Of
Insistence.
Shut up. I'm nervous when I read out loud because I know you guys are going to be super critical of me.
Yeah, just
Only
keep
Jarron.
going.
Only Jarron.
Yeah.
You're the one that corrected him first.
Will you mute Jarron for me really quick while I finish reading this?
Sure.
Thank you. Boop, boop. Based on the instance,
Nope, you did it wrong again.
insistence
There you go.
Oh, can you read?
of members
I
of the
think
podcast.
Owen should
that
read.
say you can-
No.
All right.
This is James' time
You
to
can
shine.
get in anywhere if you are carrying a ladder. Sigh.
Hey, you got to read the whole sentence again.
That's James's joke.
Yeah, that was James's joke.
That's James's joke. You can get anywhere if you carry a ladder.
Well,
Yeah.
he ruined the delivery.
That's what we should have remembered when
Yeah.
she said
I
had
know.
a ladder.
Well, you see what the problem is? I never remember James's jokes.
Ouch.
ouch. Can he be the one you hate now? And
I
I'm the one you
think
love.
that you two have betrayed me more than anybody else. Tony's the only one that's actually been nice to me.
Mm.
If I had a heart condition, you guys would have killed me tonight. That's on you guys.
So
I don't-
Since I have your attention for the moment, you also get my 2 cents about the show. I vote for less technical computer talk.
I know that.
She's going for
that
real.
cut me deep.
And more gadgets, she says with an exclamation point. I appreciate the game discussions. It makes me feel cool when I know stuff before my boyfriend does. I can't let him listen to the show because he's too much like James.
Well,
That is such a compliment.
Wait for it.
What?
Go ahead.
What am I?
Read the
going.
next part.
And he'll want to buy everything so you can.
Yep, there you go.
I don't want to read this.
She says, and he'll want to buy everything you talk about. Keep up the good work, and I fully support moving to a weekly show instead of bi-weekly. Thank you, Mishmash.
Oh, I
Thanks,
love how
Mishmash.
that.
And-
you set that up yourself.
And thank you for reminding us about the ladder joke. It was actually a good joke, James.
You actually can get in anywhere if you're carrying a
I
ladder
know.
and you try and you believe in yourself hard enough. One time, I actually joined a dance group when I was 16.
Not surprising.
And they had me pass out flyers in the parade. And the funny thing was the cop along the side of the parade grabbed my arm and tried to pull me out of the parade. And I looked at him and I said, "No, I am in the parade." And he let me back in, and I had no credentials.
Did you have a ladder?
No,
Well, that doesn't go with the story at all then.
not even. Well,
You had that sad adopted look in your face though, and he's like, "Oh, all kids deserve to be in a parade, but James more than anybody."
does it feel good?
I'm warming up.
Do you feel better now?
I'm warming up to that one.
James, do you relate to Batman?
No, my parents were murdered in front of me. One of them left,
Well,
and the other one.
I'm
Actually,
trying to
fun
pay you a
fact,
compliment.
Do you
and I
guys want to
forget
know a
it.
fun fact about Ancestry.com? I actually found the guy that is tentatively my birth dad, and I tried contacting him, and he said to never contact him again within these last 2 weeks.
That is a downer.
Let's talk about something else.
I
What's his
fully
address?
agree.
He actually lives in South Dakota, so I would have thought that he wanted to do something with his time.
Don't worry, his life is bad enough
You
as
have
it
his
is.
address
Yeah.
though?
South Dakota.
Okay, we'll get that. I'll take care of that.
I want to sprinkle bomb him.
Glitter? Glitter bomb?
Yep.
Sprinkles?
Well, glitter is
different.
just the non-edible sprinkles. I want to put both in there.
Oh. Ooh.
All right.
That is some serious
Way to make it dark, guys.
anger.
Jeez.
All right.
Can I talk about what I'm doing for Patreon?
Well, no, we have one more email.
Yeah, you got to read.
Well,
you
I
gotta
was
read
just
the
thinking
other-
since we were talking about Patreon.
We'll get to it.
Okie dokie. Would you like me to read the other email?
Yes, please.
From Joe Reedy.
Hey, Joe.
Can I read Joe Reedy's email address just in case our listeners want to email Joe Reedy?
No, don't do
No.
that.
No.
That's not very nice.
Anonymity is good as long as we can keep
You
it.
guys can email my personal email. It's jddjensen@gmail.com. The other thing, too, is I want to do a meetup sometime and have lunch with everybody. All right. What he says is the email body, it says, I went to that store in Seattle. It's basically like a convenience store.
He's talking about Amazon Go.
Yeah, from last week.
How did you guys put that together? Is that in the previous email that he sent or something?
No, we
It's
talked
in the
about
subject.
it in the it's in the subject line. We talked about it last week.
Oh.
And I think I actually confused. I think there's two Amazon stores. There's an Amazon store that's what he did, and
Yeah, I
there's
think you're
also
right.
a 4-star Amazon store that only carries
No,
4-star.
No, that's part of it.
Is it the
Amazon
same-
Go. Yeah,
same
they
one?
only stock stuff that has 4 stars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
highly rated stuff.
Same stuff you'd get at the gas station. Better brands and stuff, but more or less a corner store. Not a full Amazon warehouse by any means. You have to download an app to check into the store. There are sensors that track each thing you pick up, and when you walk out of the store, it charges your Amazon default payment.
That's
Works
cool.
well. I bought some gum. Sincerely, Joe. Joe, I wish you would have picked some stuff up for us here on the show. That would have been great. I would
No.
take a pack of gum, double bubble.
You don't need to do that, Joe,
Yeah, you do.
because you're a Patreon subscriber already.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Why
And-
didn't you guys tell me that beforehand?
And we heart him.
I'm super
Yes.
embarrassed now.
Yeah, you should be.
He's been on the show too.
Why would you guys do that to
Yep.
me?
Yeah, he's also been
I
on
think
the show.
I think he's only been on the show when James has been gone.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's the summer James.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you mean? Okay. That was good.
When you go away
For the
for,
summer?
for summer camp.
Oh, when I went to Japan.
Yep.
Yapping.
Uh-huh.
I remember that. And when I had a baby.
Uh-huh. That too.
No, when you had a baby, you were here 2 days later.
You bet your sweet bottom I was.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's do a quick update on our crowdfunding choices that we all made a few weeks ago.
And
or
I
maybe a
finally
month or
picked
so.
one.
So James has finally picked one. Let's just go around. I'll start. And I chose the... God, I should have prepared for this better. Jarron will start.
Oh, gosh. None of you guys are ready. I can start. So what I did is I picked
James will start.
I literally found this today before the show as I was preparing my show prep, of which I guarantee we're not going to talk about any of it. But I picked a little startup thing called the Crunch Cup. It's actually an idea that I've been wanting to develop myself, so it's super neat that they did it. The world's greatest portable cereal cup for $25, not 25 25
Portable?
payments. Wait,
So are you
of
carrying
$1.
portable cereal and milk with you at the
Yeah.
same time?
So what it is it almost looks like a blender bottle, but it keeps the milk and the cereal separated, and then you can drink it and eat it as you go.
What?
It mixes it when you tip it
Yeah,
back.
yeah, it mixes it when you tip it back for $25.
That's
Does it keep the milk cold?
No.
Well, I
It
mean,
doesn't
as
look like it's
good as a
thermos.
shaker bottle does.
Yeah, it's not a thermos. It doesn't look like.
So, it looks like it's completely funded as of right now. They were asking for $10,000 or $18,000, and they got 31. backed by 937 people. And according to their timeline, it looks like shipping should start second quarter of 2019. And I paid $25 for one bottle.
Congratulations, James.
Thank you.
Do you eat a lot of cereal on the go?
So post 30, I found that I'm not completely lactose intolerant, but like my body doesn't like it when I eat a lot of cereal. That being said, I don't listen to my body, and yes, I eat a lot of cereal.
Oh, all right. Well, that'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Well done, James.
Yeah, and it'll help me really eat the Fruity Pebbles the way I feel like the cereal box intended, which is more than
through a shaker cup?
What?
Through a shaker cup?
No, I can eat Fruity Pebbles in two sittings.
Oh, a whole box?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I had Fruity Pebbles every day from my childhood, from like 5 years old to like, I don't know, 20. Every day of my life.
Are they gluten free?
They are.
Indeed.
One of the
Really?
only cereals that was gluten free.
They're
I didn't
rice-based.
know that.
So yada yada yada. I never eat Fruity Pebbles anymore.
Oh,
Indeed.
that's sad.
All right.
Burned it out.
What about Cocoa Pebbles?
Yeah, never really liked them too much.
Fair enough.
I found my email on this one. So I ordered the Extra World's Slimmest Wallet 3.0.
You
Yeah.
sound so excited.
That's
Are
what
you
it's-
having a little
that's
bit of
what it's
buyer's
called.
remorse?
No, I think it'll be really cool, but there hasn't been a single useful update they've emailed me in the last month. Everything's always been like, hey, are you sure you don't want to buy another one?
When does
Hey, why
does
don't you tell your friends about us and have them buy one?
Are they funded?
Yeah, they're funded.
So
they're
they're
way
go-
past
so,
funded.
okay.
how much was it for one, and then when do they say you're going to have it?
So let me double check.
We need a
here.
whiteboard down here to write this
to
stuff
mark it down. So yeah, they were looking for $11,000, and they were funded
For a wallet?
no for one.
No, $11,000 for the whole project for
Yeah,
a
for the
wallet?
project. Yes, for a wallet.
Okay.
And they have funded to the tune of $149,000.
Wow.
So yeah, they're way funded, way past funded. So anyway,
When
I wish
does it say
I
you're
wish they
supposed to
would
have
give
it?
me some useful updates rather than just, hey, buy another one or have a friend buy one. It says they're supposed to ship.
What stage are they in? If you go to their, if you go to their
I'm
Indiegogo,
scrolling down.
go to their Indiegogo page and just look at the.
I'm on the Kickstarter page.
Oh,
yeah.
Kickstarter. Okay.
I got to scroll. It's a long
this is awesome.
page. Holy cow.
It was good radio.
This is super long. Why do they have such a long scrolling page?
Just buy another one.
Does anybody else want to go while Tony's
I'll go.
scrolling?
Oh
So
my
I
gosh.
got.
Wait, I found it.
Oh,
So
you made me speak when I didn't have to.
prototyping phase started in January of this year. Crowdfunding was in October. Mass production begins in December. Fulfillment should be in February with delivery in March.
Wow. So yours, as of right now, it goes yours in March, mine in the second quarter. So,
March
Jarron,
is-
you're a
yeah.
numbers guy. When is second quarter?
Usually it's the
April
after
through June.
March. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So Tony and then me.
I got it.
Go.
Jaron's turn.
Yeah. All right. So I got the Park and Diamond foldable helmet.
Oh yeah, this looks like pure garbage.
No, it looks like pure awesome, bottled in a awesome bottle.
I don't
I
believe it.
feel like when you fall off of something, you're going to hit your head and not remember ever buying this because it's not going to work.
That's what they're planning on.
Yeah.
They claim it's safer than other helmets. All right.
They're like, he's gonna wake up and be like, I know I should sue someone, but I can't remember who.
I like this. I do like this fancy hat.
But I sure like this hat.
Boy, this
It
Tweety
makes you
like
feel
cap.
like a fancy man.
Anyway, they promised to ship in March
March of 19.
of 19.
Okay.
And the only email updates I've gotten are, here, buy this new perk. Buy another
Yeah.
skin for your helmet to make it be another color.
Similar to mine then.
Yeah.
Just trying to get more money out of
I just
you.
want to point out I haven't had any of those emails.
Well, you just backed yours today.
So when did it say that it's supposed to come?
March.
March. Okay, so it looks like yours and then Jarron's and mine. Okay.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
I think Owen shows the true winner here.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's hear it.
I'm pretty
No,
excited.
I'm excited for my wallet. I just wish they'd give more updates on how things
Yeah,
are going.
I'm going with
Owen
this-
bought the most practical one, which makes it not fun.
What? The Slim Zero? The bidet toilet seat?
I think a wallet is far more practical than a bidet toilet
Dude.
seat.
Dude.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I I don't
It's
want
got slow close.
I don't want to be
It's
gross.
got night lights.
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going to say that Owens is the most far-fetched.
I don't want to be
being a-
gross.
How
Of
many
it being-
times have you been on the toilet and thinking, I need a drink of water? Bam, there you go.
Just open those legs.
That's nasty.
Hold on, Owen. Do me a favor. I don't want to be gross. Will you just record your face when you
The
hit
first
that
time,
button?
I'll just have it up here.
Yeah.
And record my face.
Yeah.
It'll be his O face.
Oh my. Oh
and-
my.
Oh my.
So who said? There's a video out there of some guy that just installed the Slim X2. And he's like, and he takes a drink of the water.
Oh,
I knew
joke.
it.
No joke. I thought
Yeah.
you'd watch the video when you
No.
said that. So I've been getting updates. Mine says it was supposed to estimate delivery November 2018. Okay,
That's not going to happen.
that's not gonna happen.
No way.
I'm on their Indiegogo right now. So I went with the let me actually find the official Slim Zero, the world's most innovative toilet seat. And can I say, I love that everything on Indiegogo and Kickstarter is the world's most whatever.
heck yeah.
World's best, world's first.
They succeeded.
Yeah.
The world's most helmet.
I don't. Yeah. What is yours? Does yours say the world's best folding helmet? The world's
The world's first foldable helmet.
the world's first. I think that's like
I don't know. A lot of
staple.
helmets I feel like have folded after the car accident.
The first that folds on purpose.
So ever since
Nobody wears helmets in the car, James. Only
mine's,
you.
Mine's the world's slimmest
and
smart wallet.
mine's the world's most innovative. Anyway, it says it's shipping in November of this year, right? So this month. I've been getting slammed on Facebook because I mentioned it around Alexa or somewhere.
So you got ads galore.
So the actual production version they're trying to sell the production version by the bio. If you ever see the people from the bio bidet team, that's these people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, so mine ended up being like $59.
Uh-huh.
And the ones that they're trying to sell are like $169.
Oh, dude, most bidets that
They're super expensive. And I was like, did I get a really good deal? Because I never get good deals on my own. Always
No,
I
you
wait
just
for
bought
Jarron.
you just bought the prototype.
Okay.
So here's the thing about bidets that I've noticed. You see them on Woot probably at least once a quarter. You'll see a bidet for sale on Woot.
A bidet toilet seat.
A bidet toilet seat.
Sweet.
And they're always between $180 and $300.
All right.
They're expensive.
Well, that's good because this one's cheaper than that for sure.
It's probably made of cardboard or something.
Who knows? All I know is it's got slow close, which makes me feel as cool as Jarron, and night lights so that I
don't have
pee out.
slow close.
Dude,
You-
I
don't-
have
you have-
slow close.
you have
I
slow
make
close?
fun of that toilet because
oh,
it doesn't
okay.
have it.
I
Okay,
also
never mind,
I also
Jarron.
have
I'm
slow
like-
close.
I'm like James.
I went and got a slow close toilet seat a couple of weeks ago. They're only like $30.
Dude, I
need that for
I
kids.
found an Ask Reddit that was, what is a cheap, life-changing improvement that you
Slow
can make to your
closed toilet?
house? And that was the most upvoted thing. I'm like, all these Americans can't be wrong.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Well,
great.
for kids, I can imagine it because my daughter's now potty. My daughter's two
All
and a
these
half.
Americans can't
She's
be wrong.
she's potty training and she goes in the bathroom. She'll get up to go to the bathroom. She's 2.5 and she's getting up to go to the bathroom at like 4 a.m. And then she slams the toilet seat
It wakes
and
everyone
wakes up the 9-month-old. He's 10-month-old, and my love is strong for
Wait,
her.
she's 2.5 and you trained her to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night?
She's already getting up on her own.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I have had no part in it.
When I was 2.5, I accidentally got wedged and trapped in between the couch and the wall.
Did you pee there?
Yep.
Okay.
When I was
kinda the
4,
same.
I fell into the toilet
See,
and I couldn't get out.
Like-
So I cried.
You mean 34, right?
Yeah, it happened last week.
so I got an update from these guys. I'm on their page, their updates. It says, hey, backers, we're excited now, so we'll be shipping all orders out over the next few days.
Oh, nice.
This was on October 30th.
Wait. So
Oh.
have you got a tracking number?
How
or
long is a
anything?
few?
Three.
Usually like 3 or 5.
well, I was on the
3 at
30th,
most.
and I haven't got anything from them after that.
If it helps, I backed a Kickstarter back when I went to Japan. It was Tropico whatever shoes. Let me see if I can pull up the thing. And it was supposed to ship like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I still haven't seen anything. So
Questionable.
So I haven't gotten anything either. That was the last update I got was on the 30th. So tracking information will be provided within 24 hours of your order shipping out. And our support team will be standing by in case you need to make any last minute changes to your address. I have not seen anything since the 30th. So maybe they all got really high on Halloween sugar and
Yeah.
ran
They took
off.
your money and they ran, man.
Yeah.
Bought
Is
more,
that-
they bought more candy with it.
Is
Yeah.
there any fiscal repercussions to that for a Kickstarter if they
There's-
just take your money and then just
There's not supposed to be, but some people have sued.
Yeah.
Some Kickstarter, not Kickstarter itself, but some people that post on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say that would be very interesting to come up with this like smoke and mirrors thing of a prototype and then raise like $5 million and just take it and be like, nah,
Wait,
I'm good.
Wait, are we talking about cryptocurrency? Because that's
No,
exactly
that's a different thing.
Oh,
That's a
sorry.
different way people
Oh.
screw you.
Here's
right.
cryptocurrency. Here's go get it.
That's what. Oh, okay. Anyway,
All
so that's mine. I'm excited about it just because it's going to be exciting.
Nice. All right, so I know this isn't tech or gadget or technology related, but we gotta talk about the news of Stan Lee passing away today.
Yep. 95.
95 years old, a piece of all of our childhoods and
He
adulthoods.
lived a life.
He did indeed.
He lived a life where I feel like he questioned himself a lot during his professional phase, like his early career. And then it just has to go to show you that, when you're in your 60s to see that kind of level of success, like it's amazing when you feel like you're not succeeding in life, sometimes it's the small things that you do that pay off in the long run.
And sometimes you just need to wait because technology eventually caught up with his vision.
Yeah,
He was
like
a
for the movies.
futurist.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as like writing fiction,
Oh, definitely.
like he
science fiction that he wove into his characters and their realities that he's created. He's definitely a case of. I'm sure there's several pieces of technology that we use every day that were thought of in his comic books.
Well, even like the
you know.
backstories that he gave his characters, given that he did create a couple of duds, but when you look at the overall mythos of like the superhero genre, some of the backstories are so bad.
Oh, yeah.
And the backstories that he gave his characters are so interesting. They're very like intricate, and he created different characters. These aren't like cookie cutter characters that he created. These
Yeah.
are characters that people look up to.
One of his biggest things was he liked his characters to have fallacies, human foibles. So
And rhymable names.
and names, secret identities that had alliteration. Peter Parker,
I could have been a superhero with a name like my
James
name.
Jensen.
James Jensen.
Yep.
My superpower probably would have been to produce vanilla ice cream.
Bruce Banner. He liked alliteration quite a bit. All right, yes. So farewell, Mr. Stan Lee. All right. Speaking of another rich guy, and toilets, actually, this ties into two things we've talked about
Wow,
already.
zing.
Yeah, Bill Gates showed off a new toilet
Which he's been developing for a while.
a little
now.
while, and
Did you
he's
see
put
him on
200.
stage?
He's put $200 million into this project.
That's one expensive
Oh.
toilet.
And
Yeah, right. That's his going out fun on a
his-
Sunday.
his
Yeah.
pocket change. This toilet is actually pretty dang cool. The article we've linked to explains that it's pretty much what he's trying to do is this is part of his philanthropy. It's a toilet for poor and developing countries that doesn't use like a septic tank or a main sewer system, but it's still self-sustainable and you can use it for a long time. And it started off rather expensive, but he's trying to leverage it into places like public buildings and things like that in these poor countries. And he's hoping that just like most technologies, as more and more people adopt it, it'll trickle down and the price will come down and people will be able to have them in their homes in these countries that don't have good infrastructures for sewage systems.
There's a bunch of
and
things out there,
that.
like also like Matt Damon does a water one, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
he's
that's
been doing a
another one
water one for a long
for a long
time.
time. So this was Bill Gates speaking at the reinvented toilet expo in China.
Straight up.
There's an
expo just
expo?
for
That-
toilets.
that's what it's called.
Awesome.
And he came on stage with a jar of
Yep.
human crap
poop.
that he displayed.
Whose crap is what I want to know.
I don't know.
That's the
That's a
question.
great
It
question.
was Melinda, probably.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Who
I stand by my statement.
I want to know that because he's the guy that's like, look, I'll give you any amount of money to poop in this jar, and somebody went, okay,
Sure.
actually,
yeah, right.
You know what
Somebody
he
did it pro bono.
You know what he did?
I'm
no,
sure pro bono.
No, he just went to San Francisco and scooped some up off the street. That's what they did.
Nailed it. I hate that place.
Oh man,
It's either that or he just asked an intern to do it, and the intern was like, Yes, Mr. Gates.
Thank you for acknowledging me.
Yes, Father.
So yeah, that's pretty great.
Well, it's crazy when you think about like the countries. Like you think about, okay, they need water, they need clothing, they need shelter. But like when it comes to toilets, that's just something that you don't think about.
That's exactly the point he was trying to make.
But it's such a big deal.
It's huge, you know.
It's all about the health.
Exactly, because the amount of disease and everything that can spread from, you know, fecal matter
Pooping.
and things like that is huge. And so he's really hoping that with this, he'll be able to help cut down disease in these poor countries quite a bit by having proper sanitation for your bums.
And he gonna do it.
I think so.
He really gonna do it.
Do you think
Yeah,
he thought about this while he was on the toilet?
This is I don't know.
That's a good question.
This is his from the Gates Foundation, and it's the Reinvent the Toilet challenge that they're doing through the Gates Foundation. And there was a bunch of different models at this expo. It's pretty cool. Some of them like break down the poop
Yeah, exactly.
into like water and then the dry material and like recycle and reuse the water.
Oh, so can you drink
I
that
don't know
poop
about,
water?
I don't
I don't
know.
know about that. Like,
No,
I think
I swear
I'm pretty sure if I remember reading correctly, it breaks it down and that it's just supposed to be water that isn't full of disease.
Yeah.
It's not made. It doesn't break it down into clean, like
So you
drinkable,
could
potable.
drink it then.
I mean,
If it doesn't have disease, then why not?
I think it still has chemicals and stuff. In it.
I don't want to drink that Kool-Aid.
Here's one of the top ones from the
Probably
nanomembrane.
brown.
The nanomembrane toilet, designed for the home. The unit operates without water or a
Unit.
power source.
Yep.
Closing the lid triggers a rotating mechanism that begins to process the deposited waste. The machine uses a nanostructure membrane so it filters all the pathogens out, like we're saying.
Right.
But then the solids are turned into ash via a combustor and converted into enough electricity to charge your cell phone. So you can
poop your
poop your battery up
battery
to I don't know what it does, but anyway.
awesome.
Tony could charge like 10 phones.
I would never have to use an outlet again.
This is my dump. I gotta go. I gotta take a dump so I can charge.
I'm down
my
to
phone.
20%.
Guys, we got to go eat some Taco Bell. I need some charge in my phone.
Oh man, America could revolutionize the power industry.
Hadouken!
Yeah,
Anyway.
so that's pretty cool. Good stuff right there. Okay, let's talk about some smart home devices. This is pretty crazy. Amazon is required to hand over some Amazon Echo recordings in a double murder case.
Yeah.
Stab.
So there's a case in, I want to say North Carolina. It's Farmington is the city. I live in Centerville.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so I
It's
live in
here in Utah?
It's not. It's Farmington. It's some other
A
state.
different
Can we
farm.
are-
pretend that it's this Farmington? Because I would believe it.
I would too. Those people. Just kidding. If you live in Farmington,
Wow.
we love you.
Harsh.
Anyway, Amazon has been what a subpoena. What do you call that one?
I guess it'd be subpoenaed, yeah.
But they've been asked to provide the recording of Amazon of the Echo of this double stabbing homicide case with this guy that broke into these two girls' apartments or something,
and the Echo was recording the sound when it
yeah,
happened.
well, Echo's
apparently.
always recording. You know,
That's right.
so it's always on until you hit the trigger word, right? So Amazon's always collecting tons and tons of data,
That's creepy.
aggregate data, which is targeted ads and all that stuff for you.
Sure.
But now they're being asked to hand that over. They're being ordered to hand it over by the FBI. So
This would be interesting because, I mean, if they don't comply, then, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is I don't know enough about it to know if there's a precedent for stuff like this right
that's
now.
what so I like
And
following
so-
these where we set a precedence. I did the same thing with Ancestry. Like once legal people start using Ancestry to find cold cases of serial killers and stuff from DNA evidence from you're not going to go as a serial killer and put your information up on Ancestry.com.
Right.
I hope if you're.
Wait, what?
Maybe if you're really
I'm not
good.
supposed to do that?
If
No.
you're smart, you're not
But
going
all of your
to.
relatives that have no idea
They're gonna-
are going to, and you can match or get closer to somebody in that way using that. So
That's the beginning of a Monk episode right there.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it could be.
Oh.
but that's what I'm saying.
A murderer, his brother or something, is about to upload his stuff onto Ancestry, and he kills him before he can do it.
So yeah, and so that I like to follow these ones where technology is starting to set these legal precedents. I followed closely where Apple was required to unlock the phone, and what's his name?
Didn't Apple refuse to
Tim
unlock?
Cook gave
They
him
did.
Tim Cook gave him the bird. Then some other company came in and created the gray key, which unlocks it for them.
Which has already been
And then Apple with the new one is now
useless.
It's obsolete.
Yep.
But I like following these where there's a precedence where security and privacy, where these things that we love, like big data, and or where we, if you don't pay for the product, you are the product.
Right.
And so I love the Amazon functionality, the Echo functionality, but what am I giving away? And so I like following these legal cases for the precedents. And this one is really, really kind of, a lot of people are watching it because if Amazon folds,
I mean, it's obvious that in my head, it's obvious that Amazon would want to give this data.
yeah, for sure, right?
But once again, it sets a precedent where if they do that,
Can they use it for other things?
can they use it for other things?
Right now, there's a
besides murder cases.
Right now, it's like, oh, who wouldn't give that data up for a murder case? But what about if the
There
current
has to be a line drawn in the sand.
what about current administration? They don't federally. Marijuana is not legal.
Right.
But what if? But in certain states they are.
Right.
And what if the federal government said we're going to use this? Because this is FBI requesting this data.
Yeah.
They're like, give us this information for this guy in Colorado, and they go bust him federally for possession of marijuana,
Right.
instead of locally. We know locally the cops are just turning a blind eye, but federally it's still legal. And so it's kind of this weird kind of gray area of,
Yeah. It's what's that called? When technology outpaces law or something like that. Like we're to the point now where we have stuff available and stuff that we use on a daily basis that just hasn't ever happened before.
yeah.
And so it's got to be figured out how it works before we, in a law circumstance, before we can.
You have to be very
keep
careful,
going.
very careful with precedent, because
Yeah.
some people use that inappropriately.
Meh.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Since we last met, Apple made some announcements. Some
Yeah,
big,
they
some
did.
big
Speaking of
ones.
which,
The day after the last podcast.
Yeah.
Jarron, I think you'd be proud of me. Look what I got.
Oh.
Ooh, that's
Is that
snazzy.
a
Oh,
series? Is that the
mo,
series
mo, mo,
4?
mo.
It's the brand new
That
Apple
is
Watch.
nice. I like it.
It's real nice.
I'll have to touch. Oh, you won't let me touch it because
Nope.
I'm sick. Darn
There's
it.
not enough Lysol,
Maybe next time, Jarron. Maybe next time.
but I'm very happy with it. And it goes with my Max SX, whatever phone I have.
You reviewed that last time. You
Yep.
gave it very high marks.
Yeah, and it's awesome. So
Good job, James. I'm
Thank
proud of you.
thank you. Thank you.
Yep. So, Apple had a event. They announced a new Mac Mini, which I think is meh. They announced a new MacBook Air, which I think is meh.
All they did with the MacBook Air, in my opinion,
Did they give
is
it the Retina display?
That's it.
all they did
right?
was modernize
Oh, and the
display.
colors.
Yeah.
And the colors.
Yeah.
They basically brought it up to where it should have been anyway.
Right.
They didn't do
Yeah.
anything like special for it.
I'm like, wow.
Well, one
people-
nice thing they did, they have the Touch ID on it, but they don't have the annoying touch bar.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And respect for that.
So that's nice. I wish they did that on the Pros.
They should definitely have an option if you want a Pro that has the same specs as a Touch Bar Pro, but not with a Touch Bar.
Yeah.
That should be an
They
option.
really push
Yeah.
the touch bar.
I feel it's underpowered though because you can only get an i5 in it.
They don't offer an i7
You
at
can't
all.
get an i7 in the MacBook Air.
Wow.
You could get an i7 in the old MacBook Airs, though.
Yeah,
especially
you
if you
could.
custom build it.
Yep,
I wonder if they'll change that later.
I hope so. So those devices are kind of underwhelming to me. However, the awesomeness of this event was from the iPad Pro.
Oh man, these new iPad Pros just look amazing.
Yeah, but
They
I
are
don't want to pay
gorgeous.
that much for an iPad.
They are very expensive.
Well,
It's almost $2,000 for an iPad.
If you want a fully loaded one.
yeah,
iPad!
fully loaded. I mean, they
Why are
start
we accepting this?
much cheaper than that.
Well, I'm
Passive
not.
protest.
If you don't want to accept it, just don't buy it.
Or buy the cheaper one because
Yeah,
they
you just vote with your dollars.
What are the
Exactly.
Apple? What are the Apple?
I don't want
What are the Apple acolytes buying? Are they buying the beefed up one?
So there's a few that will. I saw on Reddit.
I'm just saying, like, is that what most people? Is that what the Apple people will buy?
I don't know
let's
about
talk
that.
about it. So
Yeah.
the 11-inch, what they did on the 11-inch is they took the size of the previous iPad Pro 10-inch, increased the screen size, kept the footprint the same,
It was a 10.5
Yeah.
before. Now it's 11
Okay.
and that starts at $800.
for a 64 gig model.
Yep. 12.9-inch, what they did was they kept the screen size and reduced the physical footprint of it.
Yeah,
You wonder what
they made the bezel smaller.
The great thing about this is when they get around to remaking the Titanic and updating it, Rose actually uses one of the new iPads to float on as she watches Jack freeze to death. So
He's making a joke about how big it is.
it's
Very
huge.
amusing.
It's like a surfboard.
Well, it's cheaper or it's smaller than the previous 12.9 inch. And everything I've read about it is the changes that they made to the size, the 12.9 inch, made a huge difference.
Does it come with a wall mount, sir?
It does not.
So
Anyway, so they got rid of the home button,
so how big is the MacBook by comparison? The MacBook is only 12 inches, right?
13 inch.
13 inch.
Oh, is it 13?
It's the same size,
Okay.
roughly.
Well, it's smaller because I have smaller bezels than the
I know the
MacBook.
MacBook Air is 13.3, the MacBook Pro is 13.3, but the actual MacBook is 12.
MacBook Pro.
Just
Oh, the
MacBook.
MacBook.
Just the MacBook is
yes,
12.
You're right.
So it's actually smaller than this screen.
But they got rid of the home button, so it has a all-touch display similar to the iPhone 10, 10s.
Liquid Retina display.
Liquid Retina.
So it's LCD.
All that means is rounded corners with anti-aliasing on the rounded corners.
Yeah.
It looks
It
very
looks
nice.
really good. It's still got a sweet 120 hertz screen action.
Indeed. Probably the best part about it is
Look
it has
biased.
a new A12X
I was
processor.
going to say, I bet the gut's inside.
Oh
it
my
better.
gosh.
That thing is a beast.
It is monstrous. Like the stuff that Apple CPU engineers are doing right now are just, it's phenomenal.
I was reading some articles saying this might be able, almost, or if not this version, soon to be a full laptop.
There
replacement.
definitely seems to be headed in that direction. It seems like that's where they're going.
So the benchmarks that came out for it. This
Right.
iPad is faster than all of the other MacBooks Apple currently has on the market, except the Core i9 MacBook, which is
Wow.
the most expensive one. So this is faster than a Core i7, than a Core i5. Now I'm talking laptop processors, not desktop processors.
Right.
But it is unbelievably fast, and it doesn't have a fan. So imagine if they made this processor with active cooling on it. Imagine how much they could push that if they did that.
How do you keep it cold right now? Do you just blow on it?
Yep.
It's
blow,
just passive
blow on it.
passive cooling. You don't need to keep
Every
it cool.
10 minutes, it just comes up. It just says "blow me," and it's just.
It's got a port.
You have quite the imagination.
Yeah.
I'm creative.
So that the performance is insane. It still comes with 4 gigs of RAM, unless you buy the 1 terabyte model, which is insanely expensive. That one comes with 6 gigs of RAM. I hate how they do this.
That being said,
hate
I
that.
feel like that's for like YouTubers that are gonna have the Adobe Creative Cloud, have Adobe
Yeah.
Rush on it, and
No,
then
you're-
edit their videos on the go.
You're right. You're not
Yeah.
wrong, I don't think. But
I just wish they made it a separate option to upgrade.
Yeah.
don't tie it to the storage
Right.
size.
Because
Or
most
at-
people have storage online nowadays.
Well, and
Like,
give us expandable storage too. Give me like a
That would
little
be good.
micro SD
Sure.
card slot. It'd be great.
Apple will never do that. Though.
No.
And the other cool thing, USB-C.
USB-C.
They got rid of the stupid Lightning port.
Gosh dang it! I just got the lightning cord.
So it works with most USB-C peripherals. Problem is, it doesn't have a file system. So if you put in a USB drive, it'll only read the pictures,
Yeah.
but nothing else.
Yeah, so it's another way they've gimped their OS. So that's the thing that I've read a lot of stuff about this new iPad because I'm very interested in hopefully getting one at some point. I'm rocking an iPad Air 2, so it's like 4 years old. It gets the job done, but I mean, it's time for an upgrade. If I can find a decent deal sometime in the near future. But the thing with these iPads they are so insanely powerful, but it's still running iOS. So I mean, you're still limited in what you can do by the programs that are
Look at
written
how much
for it.
stuff you can do in this box, though.
That's what I mean. But
Well, I think
what they've trotted out are these synthetic benchmarks, which they are creaming everyone at. But to what end? It's not going to make your Twitter experience any better.
Well,
You know,
apparently it exports 4K video crazy fast.
I know, and that's awesome. But the use case for that is so small.
Yeah, what Apple
Unless
needs
you're
to do.
trying to export 4K video, sir.
I know. Use case very small.
I think the UI is fine. What they need to do is add a file system support. They need to add maybe like a trackpad or the keyboard. That would make it so much easier to work on.
Yeah. I agree 100% with what you're saying. The other thing I really, really wish they would do is let me change how close together the icons are on the screen, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I want to put more icons on the screen.
Well, you can. You can stack them.
I don't want folders of icons.
Why not? Look at what I did. Look at this. Look at this.
If you look at one of those huge screens and you look at how far apart each icon is,
Look at this. Look at it. It's all stacked. It's nice.
yeah, that's fine on a phone, but but they use the same grid pattern on an iPad Pro.
That being said,
And so there's like an inch and a half in between each icon.
I somewhat agree with you. I just don't have that many apps, so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But I see where you're coming from.
I group mine.
I just want a little more customization ability. That's all.
Yeah.
what do you guys primarily use your iPad for?
Reading,
Okay.
watching YouTube.
Speaking of which, I actually need to ask you about the DC Universe app.
I like it.
How much do you actually use it?
So I'm all up to date on the new Titans show, which
Me too.
is pretty dang
It's
cool.
phenomenal. Yeah.
But I probably read a couple times a week. I read comic books on it.
I keep forgetting that I have that subscription, man. Like, I don't know if it's worth the $10 to me.
They definitely need to up the library size
they
of the
do.
comics, but I mean it's a good start, I think. Anyway, back to the iPad Pro. I drool over it. I mean, it looks so good.
Just for
Yeah,
the
it
display?
does.
Just for the display,
Everything, the whole package.
They've said that it has the same graphical capability as an Xbox One S.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
So it's like 1.2 teraflops GPU
It'd be right
performance.
between 1.2 1.3.
So I'm curious to see what the industry would do with this besides just reading comic books a couple times a week.
Well,
What else do you do with
And
an
that's
iPad?
that's exactly what I've read from a lot of reviews. It's like this is an awesome piece of hardware they made, but it's still just an iPad.
Right. Like
You
what
know,
a
like-
what a phenomenal way to waste the chip. Like put it something
Hey.
that we can
Honestly,
work,
honestly, I
It
think
sounds like you're justifying underpowered chips right now.
what
If every computer had an overpowered chip in it, I'd be happy.
I would too.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But what
But
I honestly,
an iPad is
this
not a computer.
This is my speculation. You know, the Apple speculation, according to Tony. I think that they're using their iPad as an engineering platform to create ARM SoCs that are be good for laptops. They can do all their R&D and put it into the iPad, and then they'll get to the point where like, okay, this is perfect. Now
And the
let's put it
iPad
in the laptop.
And the iPad is institutionalized. Like people
yeah.
people have been buying the iPad for
years now.
You
know,
know, so
and
they just get the new
I'm one
model.
of them. It's out of everything that Apple puts out, iPad by far is my favorite thing
Yeah.
they do. I love.
I'm still
my
rocking
iPad.
it. I'm still rocking a Gen 2 iPad Mini.
Yeah,
I wish that they would just let me customize the theme. If I could customize the theme, I'd change it to the theme that you'd see in Star Trek: The Next Generation on their little pads.
that would
That's
be cool.
that's
awesome.
Android talk, dude.
But
You
yeah,
can't do
that's-
that.
I don't want to
Sorry.
do it on
That's
Android,
an-
though. I want to do it on
No,
iOS.
Apple
Sorry,
tells
man.
you what's cool and what
Yeah.
you want.
They do.
That's how it is.
And Tony and I were talking
I'm sorry,
about
Big
this.
Brother. I mean Apple.
Yeah.
Tony and I were talking about this a few days ago. How he said they plan on. Well, the theory is that they'll replace Intel CPUs, and I bet they'll do it next year.
I disagree. I think there's another three years of x86 architecture CPUs.
No,
on
well,
their laptops.
with the performance of the A12X already surpassing 92% of all the CPUs out there in laptops, I think next year they'll probably pass all of them.
Probably performance wise, but they'll never beat the price because Apple has such high regard for themselves that they sell their stuff at such a high.
Well, they'll use their own
Cost to
chips
enter.
for their own laptops.
The problem is, I think the problem is you create another barrier of entry
Yeah.
for non-Apple people
Yeah.
when you do that.
I think that people need to sell more chocolate on chocolate donuts like they have at 7-Eleven.
Well, thing is, Windows now. So if they changed to ARM, you wouldn't be able to dual boot Windows, right?
Yeah.
But Windows is now supporting ARM on Windows as well.
Well, sure, but I mean, the problem is they if they could make a really really good emulator so that you didn't lose any performance running x86 programs,
They'd have it in the bag.
on there, then I think they might be able to make a case for it. But until they have that, there's nobody that's going to move over besides the 100% pure Apple loyalists.
And who's saying that they don't have that?
I'm just saying.
I bet they will. And
I don't mind.
Bet they'll have it next year.
I don't think they'll have it that soon. Honestly, I don't think that the chip has enough of enough headroom performance wise to throw that emulator on there and have it work by next year.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 or 3 years down the road.
I mean,
So that's
Plus,
just-
they,
that's
plus they
just
gotta
me.
they gotta draw it out fiscally. I mean, they gotta draw this out, to make some more money.
I agree.
So anyway, but really neat iPad Pro stuff. Hopefully, maybe at some point one of us will be getting one. I think Jarron might be the first one to get one
I sure hope so.
He's our Apple fanboy.
because
so.
he made a strong enough case at work for them to get him one.
Indeed.
So,
I'm hoping it'll come this week.
yeah, so maybe we can get a review going on it.
Are you going to do an unboxing?
Nah,
Nah.
it's too late for that.
Yeah, it's not.
Can I talk about what I'm doing for Patreon now?
Yes.
I'm calling it the Thrifty Plus 50. So, full disclosure, I'm tossing in my own money with this one. So it's going to be the $50 plus I'm tossing in an extra $50 because there is a gadget that's coming out this Friday.
Wait, what does
that I
this
want to
have-
try it out.
What does that have to do with Patreon?
Oh, so Patreon helps us fund what's called the Thrifty 50.
Oh, is that the tie-in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
This is his
So this is just your Thrifty 50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is my Thrifty 50. Well, I'm calling it Thrifty Plus 50.
Okay.
That's very smart. Very clever.
Thank you. So the Thrifty Plus 50 is usually we take $50 a month and we invest it in some kind of game, technology, whatever, and then we
Some kind of gadget we think
yeah.
would be interesting to talk about.
So lo and behold, my childhood has opened up and crested a brand new Pokemon video game that's dropping this Friday. November 16th or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around
And it is coming out with the coolest little gadget, and by coolest I mean it's okay. It's a little controller that's shaped like a little Pokeball.
Uh-huh.
And I am gonna get it. It's $100.
For what?
In my opinion, it's super not worth it.
This
but
sounds amazing, James.
What,
I can't
what
wait.
platform is this for?
this is for Wii.
Okay.
No, Switch.
Okay.
Sorry.
Phew.
Oh my gosh, that was
So
close.
this is getting bad.
And hey,
Train wreck.
It comes with a book.
All right.
Like an instruction manual?
Yeah, like a trainer's guide. It's a trainer's guide, Owen.
Oh, okay.
So,
Pokemon.
So you'll be able to
for Pokemon.
You'll be able to
people pronounce it Pokemon, and they're trying to make fun of me, but I don't care. It's Pokemon.
I literally don't. I'm not part of the
Okay,
culture.
well-
Hey.
You're so much younger than me that I call it Pokemon because they put the accent over that, and that's how I read it.
well,
as
then
an
you're
adult.
still pronouncing it wrong. That'd be a Pokemon.
Pokemon.
What do you think of that
Pokemon.
Detective Pikachu trailer?
Pokemon. What?
The main character, the main actor that they got for it, I feel is garbage, but everything else about it, I love.
I think it looks kind of fun.
Like
I'm
it's,
excited to see
yeah,
it.
it's a fun. If you're going into it expecting like, oh, this is going to be like Transformers, action level with the thick plot of like Inception or something. No, like it's pretty surface level. But the fact
Did you
that
just use Transformers and Inception in the same sentence?
the
to talk about
action
good
level
movies?
of like Transformers,
And
you
the
got to
story
admit,
level of
like
Inception.
the visuals of Transformers are pretty insane.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But like the fact that they nailed like have you seen real artists draw their interpretations of Pokemon?
Some of
It is
them are
horrifying.
horrifying, yeah.
But that being said, I feel like they drew a line between like realism and like cute, and they nailed it. Like they have my favorite Pokemon in there,
Mr. Mime?
No, Psyduck.
Oh.
I mean he's very on the side, but
Yeah, he's only there for about 2 frames in the
oh
trailer.
yeah, but I paused it.
I
It's
saw
my,
him,
it's
though.
my
Yeah.
background desktop.
Yeah.
And I feel like Ryan Reynolds
Oh,
is
sorry.
perfect
Yeah.
for that role. And the fact that everybody else can only hear like Pika Pee
It's
is
pretty funny.
so perfect.
Yeah.
But
It's gonna
the main
it's gonna allow for a lot of Ryan Reynolds style of comedy.
Oh, yeah.
to just be
Tons.
like to really flourish.
But the
Why,
also-
why is
I've
the
al-
main actor
he's
trash?
just not very good. Like from what I've seen so far, I just don't
Just
think.
a trailer.
Yeah. And so like I could be completely wrong. That if there was one thing I didn't like, it was him.
I've also enjoyed the memes that have popped up because of this, where people are pasting over like WWE wrestling like Pokemon skins. Have you guys seen that?
No.
So I've
Was it because they battle? And
yeah. So like, hey, check out the new Pokemon movie, and it shows like they reskinned the.
I am
actual,
anxious to see how they
Yeah.
they draw the line between like cute like Pokemon fight and
Right.
like dog fighting.
Right.
You know
How
what
are
I
they
mean?
gonna- how are they going to do turn by turn fighting in a movie? They're like,
Oh, it
no, it's
won't-
my turn.
It won't be turn-based.
Yeah.
for
No, no,
sure.
they didn't do turn by turn in the cartoon.
Yeah.
It was basically
Oh,
like
okay.
they'd yell
Yeah, yeah.
commands. and-
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks good.
Thunder Strike.
Thunder Shock.
No.
Psyduck dodge.
No. Water spout.
Psyduck tackle.
Confused.
Psyduck water spout.
You guys are the worst. So, but going back to the Pokemon, let's go. I wasn't planning on getting it, but then it's my month, and I'm like, whatever, I'll toss in an extra 50
It
myself.
might be
and-
interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
What's it called? The Pokemon.
Pokemon, let's go.
Let's
Let's go. It ties in to Pokemon Go.
If I'm not mistaken,
Doesn't
it
it?
does.
Somehow.
Somehow.
which
But I thought it was for the Switch.
Side note, I've picked up again.
And?
Pokemon
How
Go.
do you like it?
I like it now because it ties into your Google Fit or Apple
What?
stuff. So I get I get
downloading it right now.
yeah, I get steps without the thing being open, so I can hatch eggs and stuff. Just
That was my
Buy my
problem. is
daily
before
stuff.
you'd have to have it open.
yeah, you don't have to do
really?
that anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
before, you
they-
had to, Before you had to buy that goofy watch they were pushing on
Exactly.
everybody.
You
They
don't
finally fixed the main problem of it.
exactly. So it's been
Which
fun.
I feel bad for that watch. That watch just came out too late. They should have
Yeah.
released that with the game.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then done this. Because I still didn't want to wear that watch.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to see how I like it. I mean, it's one of those things like I would have never normally bought, but I'm excited to give a full review of it. And yeah, the little charger for it, it has like a little pedestal that holds the Pokeball. It looks pretty
So
rad.
they have Pokemon Go on the
Nice.
Switch? Is that are
Pokemon
you-
Go on the
No.
Switch?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
Pokemon
so-
Go's on your phone.
Okay, so what is
But
it?
it's Let's Go.
Let's Go is on
Which
the
is
Switch.
another thing that I think that Nintendo doesn't necessarily do the best job of sometimes. Remember when the Wii came out and then they came out with the Wii U, which is a completely different system, but like everybody that I would talk to that isn't like completely fluent with video game systems, they didn't know that it was a different system. They're like, "Oh, that's just the
Right.
screen add-on for the Wii." It's like, "No, it's completely different."
It's the real deal.
Yeah.
Nice. So let's keep rolling with some video game news real quick. Xboxes last week announced that they are going forward with mouse and keyboard
Dang it.
peripherals.
Why did I get rid of my Xbox?
Well, the games
So-
they announced for it.
So far, there's only 16 games announced for it, and there's only like one or two that I can think of that are going to be real game changers for that game.
Yeah.
Can you run through the games really quick?
I will.
The only one I remember is Fortnite.
That's the biggest one because people want to play Fortnite and have the advantage over the other Xbox users that aren't using mouse and keyboard.
Have you guys ever
So-
actually played a game with a mouse and keyboard? Everybody else is just as good. Like it's not fun
I know,
because everybody is.
But if you
good.
can play a game where you have a mouse and keyboard and everyone else has a controller, you will crush them.
yeah, but that's got to be a toggleable setting.
that's-
Like
I
I,
know
have a
that-
hard time
yeah.
thinking
That's
that
what I mean.
Gonna
They're
put
going to
them
have
in
to
the
figure
pool.
out how to like
separate
separate
that, right?
Yeah, separate
So
servers.
the games that are going to have it at launch, I guess is the word. I don't know what the word is, but when they bring out
Launch?
that feature, it's going to be Fortnite, Warframe, Bomber Crew, Deep Rock Galactic, Strange Brigade, Vermintide 2, War Thunder, and X-Morph Defense. That's in November, and then in later on you'll get Children of Morta, DayZ, Minion Master, Moonlighter, Vigor, Warface, and War Groove, which I don't even know. Like
A lot
half
of
these
war
games.
in
Well,
there.
a bunch of war games in there.
Yeah,
I
so,
have okay. I take back what I said. I have zero regrets for selling. Give me
Yeah.
like StarCraft 2 or like something. You know, give me
StarCraft
like
2's
an
not
RTS.
out on the Xbox.
Why not?
Yeah, but it came out for N64. The first StarCraft
Yeah,
did.
way back in the day.
I played that. It was so awesome.
That's a hard game to find now, actually.
Really?
That cartridge is hard to find. If you can, it's usually like fairly expensive.
Really?
Yeah. All right. So, speaking of Xbox, it seems like now is a good time,
This is
or at
the-
least in the next couple weeks.
Or if you're going to do a PS4, you can get a PS4 for $200.
with
Which
Spider-Man.
PS4?
With
Not the
Spider-Man.
Pro.
No,
is
the
it?
regular
It's the-
PS4
Oh, I
for
want the
$200
Pro.
bucks and Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man.
That's a great game.
And
by
that
the
game
way.
has been highly reviewed, right?
Yep.
Also, so Xbox, these are some of the Black Friday deals that are starting to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So Xbox One X is going to be on sale for $300, right? They're dropping $100 off of it.
No,
from
$400 bucks.
$400,
$399.
$399. So they're dropping $100 off of it.
But if you look around, you should be able to find it for $400 bucks with at least one free game.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I did.
So even then, you're getting it for $400 bucks, and you can get some free games out of it if you shop smartly.
Yep. So this is the if you've been holding out to get the Xbox One X, which is a significant hardware increase over the S and original.
Definitely.
Then it definitely go for this season.
And even if you don't have a 4K TV, it's still worth it because the Xbox does downsampling, which renders it at a higher resolution and then brings it down to your native 1080p and gives you better detail.
No, there's no excuse for not having a 4K TV anymore. I just barely looked at some early Black Friday deals.
some cheap
if you can
ones.
afford oatmeal, you can afford a 4K TV. Side note, when did they make this guy all 3D and animated in
Oh, the
Pokemon
doctor?
Go?
Yeah, the doctor.
What is
Yep.
this? This is an oak, is it? It's,
Yeah, that's Professor Oak.
no.
That's
Yeah.
Professor Oak.
What is this, Professor Oak before he retired or something?
Yeah, his young, sexy
Well,
Professor Oak.
That's him. That's him after you've given him all those Pokemon
Look at the
candies.
stubble on his chin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just like Owen said.
This is before he sent Ash Ketchum, a 10-year-old, away so he could be in Pallet Town with his
No,
mama.
see, so you catch so many extra Pokemon, he's been sacrificing them, and that's his young juice.
Yep, that's his young juice. All those candies.
All those candies are making him that way.
I was
So-
going to say, if that's what candy does, I need to get more candy.
And then I think there was another. Oh yeah, video game news related. This one was pretty funny. Diablo Immortal was announced.
Oh,
Yeah, Diablo.
I simultaneously.
Is this their mobile?
No, this is coming out for this. Is going to be
I
for
feel-
PC, right? This is going to be out. Oh wait, no.
No,
This,
it's coming out on the
This is-
Xbox.
no.
Mobile, right?
PlayStation.
You got phones.
Mobile, right?
You guys got phones,
You guys
right?
got phones.
Did you guys watch the video of them getting booed? It was the most awkward
I felt
thing to sit
so
through.
bad for those developers, but the way that they handled it. All you guys have phones, right?
Why don't you want to play it on your phone?
It's like,
It was great. It
Yeah.
was great to see people live in the crowd be like, boo.
my favorite thing was that guy who's like, "Is this like an early April Fool's joke or
Yeah.
something?" Which
No.
the funny thing was, is did you see that was 3 years ago? That was an April Fool's joke. That Diablo is coming to mobile.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
That's
And then
twice they've done that because on World of Warcraft, the Panda expansion was also an April Fool's joke like 2 years before they brought it out.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if April Fools is when they like float stuff out there that's like.
seriously, and see how the reception is.
do you-
Nobody
do you-
booed
do you
us
guys
for
like that?
Yeah, April Fools, they went, hey, nobody booed.
Well, it's mainly because they think that.
Jarron's gone into a room to cough.
He-
Oh my god.
he's
Hey
having-
guys,
he's
hey
having a
guys,
fit.
I'm not sick though. I'm not sick. Is what he would say.
Tuberculosis.
We got immunized against that. We're okay.
We're fine.
So yeah, Diablo Immortal coming on your phone.
Is there anything good about it?
From what I've seen, the only thing good about it is they're calling it Diablo and it's on your phone.
So okay, so there's an animosity between the PC master race
and mobile gamers
and mobile gamers.
PC Master
And are you feeling that?
You know,
do you
I
feel
honestly I couldn't give two craps.
that? You
about
earlier
this.
in this show you said I don't play any games.
I don't
on my mobile
think-
I
phone."
don't, and
Is
I
that
like,
because of your
Why do you have to be limited to one or the other? Why can't you just enjoy all of the video game systems?
Well, here's my thing about not playing mobile games for the most part is just because if I'm gonna play a game, I'm gonna go play on my Xbox or on my PC.
Well, what if you're on the go?
If I'm on the go, I'm reading articles or checking Twitter or something like that. I just don't use
Okay,
my free
what if
time
I
on
was
the
talking
phone.
to the Tony?
The Switch.
That's another good reason for it.
What if I was talking to the Tony that's like 15 years ago but lives in nowadays? Would you still read articles or would you be playing on your phone?
I'd probably still read articles.
Nerd.
So yeah, the other problem with this Diablo Immortal potential problem, I'm not gonna pile on with the Blizzard hate because you know what, they can do what they want. This doesn't mean that
literally they can do whatever they want.
Diablo 4 is still coming out. They just didn't
Right.
announce
Well,
it.
it's not
They're
even
still-
it's not even made by them. It's made by another developer called NetEase.
That was what I was going to get to. That's the biggest problem is even at first, a lot of people that I read or talked to were saying, okay, Diablo, but it's Blizzard.
Right.
Blizzard hasn't done anything bad yet, really.
I mean,
as far as game
all
wise,
besides
every
World of
game
Warcraft has all been kind of this weird side project, but makes millions of dollars.
That's what I mean.
They
So-
can't do anything wrong.
so
as
they
long
were
as
like,
keep World of
okay,
Warcraft
well,
going.
it's Blizzard, so maybe there's a chance it'll be like some revolutionary mobile game that's going to be awesome. No, they're outsourcing it to a Chinese company that makes
So just selling their name.
Crusaders of Light.
Crusaders of Light,
Maybe they're
which
running.
already looks like a Diablo clone.
Yeah.
Maybe
it-
they were just low on funding for
But
Diablo
they-
4, and they're like, we just need a little bit to get over
They
the
are
edge.
not low on funding.
And in fact, the Diablo Immortal UI is very similar to the Crusaders.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not
UI.
very similar. It looks exactly like a skin. From like the button layout to how some of the characters move. I
Yeah.
watched a side-by-side video, but they did say they rebuilt it from the ground up, and the whole reason why it looks so good is because it's tested and proven to work.
Well, hopefully that's the case. Like I said, and I tweeted about this the day that it happened because all I saw was so much vitriol and just
I think it was
hate
just
and
how they
poison.
handled it.
And that's definitely a huge factor for sure. But you know what?
Don't announce a mobile game on the main stage. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Especially if you're not going to follow it up with what people really want to hear.
Well, and
Yeah.
they didn't even have like a
But-
release date for it, did
No.
they? They
And
just
then a little
said
bit of
sometime in the
ridicule,
summer.
right?
Yeah.
They were like, don't you guys have phones?
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
After they said that, I'm like, oh,
here it comes.
You just
Yep.
lost
Like
anybody
popcorn.
else.
Yep.
But they had to gauge like who they were talking to. I mean, it was so tone deaf with
No,
how
that's
they
what I
delivered
mean. Like,
it.
that's what was so weird about it.
Is these are fans that took time off of work, bought tickets, made time to be there. In most cases, probably flew out to be there. And then they have the audacity to be like, don't you guys have phones, though?
Yeah.
It's like if we would have thought about that, then I probably would have clapped. But
It's crazy.
And they didn't even follow it up with anything good, right? Like the people
Diablo
really
related,
Yeah,
no.
Diablo related.
And so, it's but like I said, and I tweeted about this, you know what, calm down, because you have a right to be angry if you spent money on
But just
Diablo
don't play
stuff
it if you
you're
don't
a
wanna
fan.
play it.
But that's the thing, vote with your dollars.
Yeah.
If you don't want them to keep going this route, then don't play it, don't buy it, don't participate in their microtransactions. And also, as a side note, Diablo Immortal does not take away anything from the awesome Diablo stuff they've put out before now.
And Diablo
It's still
4 's-
there, and it's
Diablo
still awesome.
4 is still on.
Diablo 4 is still on the way
in
at
the
some
pipeline.
point. It's in the pipeline. Diablo 3 is still being supported. Diablo
Right.
2 is still being supported. There was an update
That's
put
the
out
last
for
one I
that
have.
game a couple months ago.
I have that game. I
Yeah.
have the battle. I have the battle chest for Diablo 2.
So
yeah, but people
anyway,
are just worried that they're getting resources taken away from better games.
which they're definitely not, because they're outsourcing
yeah,
this.
they bought
Well,
this.
It's their problem.
So anyway, we'll see. I'm probably not going to play it just because I don't really play mobile games, honestly. Pokemon Go is pretty much the extent of my mobile games, and I play that 25
Is this
seconds
going to be
at
free
a
to?
time.
Is this Diablo
They
going to
haven't
be
said.
free to
They
play,
haven't
pay to win type
I don't
thing?
think they've said.
I guarantee it'll be free to play.
I would be surprised if it wasn't.
It's going to just be one of those things
But
where
that's
you
another
buy
thing-
skins or
Well, that's
get loot
another thing,
boxes
though,
and
where
stuff.
you look at it and you're like, will the fans respect them more if it costs money? Or will they want it to be free?
I saw this thing online the
Like-
other day under the R Gaming subreddit where somebody posted, like they had circled that a development studio that's coming out with a video game, I don't remember which one it is, said there will not be any loot boxes or whatever. And everybody was like, yay. And his comment was, well, you wouldn't say yay to a stepdad that says, I'm not going to beat you.
Oh, jeez.
It's like, well, yeah, that's not how it should be.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I'm definitely in a wait and see situation.
Well,
with
if you
that.
don't want to play it, just don't play it.
I know, that's the thing. It's
As long as they're not
it's
taking
these
resources away.
these hardcore gamers, hardcore Diablo fans that feel betrayed is what it is, and that's fine. They can feel that. Honestly, they kind of have a right. If they've invested money into every Diablo game up till this point, they're expecting a certain kind of thing from Blizzard with regards to Diablo, and then it's totally kind of thrown the other direction.
And once you put that idea that they've outsourced this, and this is just kind of the side thing.
Yeah.
And what I feel terrible about is like the actual news from this conference was the new World of Warcraft.
Right.
Or,
nobody cares about
not World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3
yeah,
like
Warcraft
remastered
3
or whatever.
remastered. Nobody cares about
Nobody
that now
cares-
because
nah.
of Diablo Immortal. The one thing I will say for all the fans that are angry, and like I said, I agree, you can be angry about it. There's still no reason to ever threaten any of the developers or attack them.
No, don't threaten
personally.
it. Just do it. Don't threaten.
Don't do that either.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah. So there's no reason to attack the
kidding.
developers or attack, their beliefs or whatever. Ad hominem attacks, I think, is what those are called.
Yeah.
Ad hominem?
Yeah.
No, that's not a real thing.
Hominin?
Hominin
You're right.
Hominin.
What's
Yeah.
a homily?
person.
Don't ask me questions, James.
All right,
I'm in charge here.
I don't have to answer anything I don't want to answer.
That's right. All right. I think we will. Two more stories we want to hit on real quick. This one's real short. I'm glad Owen dropped it in there. Amazon's finally going to start selling Apple products directly.
Yeah, and then,
Finally.
and if you sell and if you are not Apple and you are selling Apple
If you're-
products on Amazon,
Well,
your time has come.
There
It's over.
are certified resellers.
Except for you can get a certification. You have to petition Apple
Yeah.
to get it.
I mean, there's hoops.
and I guess the price is super exorbitant.
Yeah.
and a lot of hoops to jump through Apple to sell their stuff.
So
Yeah.
can you not post your own stuff as
I don't
no.
think used counts.
Yeah.
It's
so
only
you can
new.
still okay.
Yeah, but and that I mean this is not uncommon. They did it. Amazon did the same thing with Nike. So this is not. It's not like there's no precedence for this. But Apple finally getting on board, and I'm all for it. I purchase Apple products for my work, and sometimes I can get more stock through Amazon.
Right.
So
I think it's funny too, though. I mean, and it makes sense that they have said they will not be selling Apple TVs.
oh right,
Because that's a direct competitor to their Amazon Fire.
No, I thought they did, but they're not selling HomePods.
HomePods.
I thought it was either one.
It's HomePods, I think, because it competes with the Echo.
Yeah.
It's just their little passive.
And the Echo is how they get all their
Not
data,
good.
which is actually what's making them all their money. All three of these.
We
So
need that.
Facebook, I'm waiting for Facebook to come out with their HomePod, their version.
they already
of,
have one. It's
what's-
called your phone.
Oh right.
No, it's their
It listens
video
to you all the time.
conferencing.
It's their video conferencing or their dating app now. Facebook dating. There you go.
What's it called? Facebook
So-
Lonely?
In
Dating.
the
That's
article, The Verge article that you posted, it doesn't say specifically what will be exempt, like taken away, but it does say that it will not have every Apple product. The example it uses is HomePod,
Right.
which is a direct competitor to Amazon Echo stuff. But honestly, why would they sell Apple TV stuff? Because that's a
Again.
direct competitor to their Fire Stick and their Firebox or
Yep.
whatever they call it.
Yep,
So,
their Fire Stick TV.
I would be surprised if they have Apple
Well,
TVs.
It's up there right now.
Really?
Yeah, I just searched for it.
But sold by Amazon, it's got to be a reseller.
Yeah,
no, it's sold
it
by
doesn't.
Apple.
This doesn't go live until You have until January.
Yeah,
2019.
this doesn't go live yet.
2019.
What are you looking at?
It says Apple TV 4K by Apple.
You got some sort of
Sold by Amazon.com.
You got some sort of special like future internet.
Sold by Amazon.com.
This is bull crap.
You're looking
I-
at it right now.
I don't think I've done many of those that say they're sold by Apple.
This was
I don't think this is legit.
I'm looking at the evidence and I'm saying fake news.
Fake news.
no. They announced
Fake
this-
news.
They
It
announced
doesn't
it-
exist.
They made a big deal about this when
Shut 'em down.
Amazon finally released their Prime app on Apple TV.
Take away his journal license.
Then they started selling the Apple TVs again.
Oh,
Let 'em on fire.
All right. So that's the only Apple product they have been selling.
I think so. Yeah.
Dang it! I hate it when I get proven wrong.
Oh, here's a quick screen cap of all the Pokemon that
that they showed.
just appeared.
So you got Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Machop. Is that a Jigglypuff that's yellow?
Yeah, that's Jigglypuff.
Maybe
no,
it's just the lighting.
No, I think that's Clefairy.
Oh, okay.
They look very, very similar.
Charizard, Mr. Mime, Psyduck, Pikachu, of course.
Which is kind of fun. No, you know what?
Poster with Charmander.
It's holding a little microphone, so I think it. And somebody's asleep,
That's
so
what
that
I
has to be a
mean.
Jigglypuff.
Yeah, if it's got a microphone, it's Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I saw a little Charmander walk by in the beginning too. What is this one's name? He was in a Super Smash Brothers. The one, the blue one
I'm
with
pretty
the scarf.
sure that's Machop. Oh no, that's
No.
not Machop. That's Lucius.
Lucio? Lucario?
Lucario. That's yeah. No,
Yes.
is it Lucario?
I don't
It's
know.
L something.
They did a good. What's kind of funny is I think the one that they did the best job on was Pikachu.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
because he's the main character.
That's for sure.
However, that being said, the teaser trailer for Toy Stories 4, don't show me that.
that was horrible.
I liked it.
It took away the desire that I had.
Yeah, I'm
Same.
pretty sure that's Lucario.
I thought it was a great teaser.
No, wait. I'm wrong. I think that is actually Greninja.
Yeah, I don't know. If it's not part of the original 150, I'm out.
I can't tell if that's if Greninja has a tongue or if that's a scarf. Maybe it's a tongue he uses like a scarf.
That's what I do.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, moving along. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was the 2 miles of the LA tunnel that's been completed by the Boring Company.
Yeah,
This
they've
is
done
kind
it.
of cool.
USA.
That's pretty much all the news
Yeah.
about that.
So-
They completed their 2 mile
And
tunnel.
it's a really boring tunnel.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, it's
It's
just
just a big circle.
it's just a big circle with
So
nothing.
it goes from SpaceX headquarters to a LA suburb.
It's so Elon can get home.
He was like
He was very
look, I'm-
transparent about this.
Yeah, he was like, look, I hate sitting in traffic, so I'm going to fix this.
There was a lot of eyes in that
In
sentence.
parentheses, for me.
For me.
But it's pretty much just a subway now,
Yeah.
a high-speed subway.
For Elon.
Well, that's what it's always been billed as
Well,
a very
no.
high-speed subway.
Originally, it was to carry cars who could travel.
No, that was always a different thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, Hyperloop and the car traveler was a different thing.
Speaking of
I don't
the-
think so.
I'm pretty
is he
sure.
is he the ex-patron saint, or is he still holding that saint? That
You know, he's admitted to his stupidity.
they've got a new CEO,
and there's a new
new board.
No, I'm still CEO. They have
Yeah,
a new
the
chair member.
Chair member.
Well, they made him step down, right?
Yeah.
Like he didn't have a
Exactly.
choice.
I'm gonna say tentatively he's on probation with us.
got
He's
a
on,
little hand slap there.
yeah, he's on probation as our patron saint. Still.
And did you see the new?
I
the
still
new,
pray to him every day.
Track mode on the Tesla. Tesla model
On the Model 3.
On the Model 3, it's got track mode that adds a whole bunch of power, right?
Yeah.
Drifting.
I tried to
Ability.
ignore Model 3 news on purpose.
because you want one
Yeah.
so badly?
Yep.
Well,
They're
their
expensive
production's
still.
up. Their production's really up. So
Yes, it is.
Maybe we'll see the $35,000 Model 3 at some point in the near future. All right, cool. Anything else?
Actually,
you guys
didn't
wanted to
they
hit
also
on?
say that? Didn't he say that he wants to use those tunnels for sewage as well?
I
Like he
don't
just
remember
came
him
out
saying
like this
that.
last week or something like that.
There's
It says
so many
that's
things
an
you
added
can
bonus.
I wouldn't want to use it for sewage if I'm going to have people traveling in it.
right.
Also, yes.
Because what if it breaks?
Yeah, what if it breaks down and then
You're like, hold on, we're gonna fly through a stream of sludge.
Oh, that's my nightmare.
Turn
right
them
there.
Human
windshield
waste.
wipers on.
Ugh.
I know that we don't like to suggest other podcasts, but if you guys get a second, there's a podcast called Reply All. Episode 130 is called The Snapchat Thief. It's all about how vulnerable you are on the internet. I highly suggest listening to that
Ooh,
one.
interesting.
So Reply All, episode 130, The Snapchat Thief.
Nice.
It's really good.
And I'll put this in the show notes. We'll just touch on it real quick. But Cloudflare is now releasing a mobile app to push your DNS on
Is
your
that a
mobile.
band?
Nope. It's a DNS service provider.
Yeah, they're the ones that came out with 1.1.1.1 a
They're
little
now-
while back.
They're
I
now,
love that
It's
service.
faster
So now they
DNS.
have an app that you can do on your mobile device to push your DNS there. Why this is important is that on your mobile device, Google manages that, or your not Google, your service provider,
Yeah.
Verizon, AT&T, they manage that, and they, because of the FCC regulations being ripped away, net neutrality, they can use all of your DNS. All of your DNS entries, all that stuff gets used to target you, group you, and give you stuff. So it's a cool little app you can download to push your phone. It acts a little bit like a VPN service, but I don't think it slows you down because it's just DNS requests. It's not the data. So
I'm wondering if it just asks for low-level access to your
your
OS on
yeah.
there so that it can change the DNS in your
I'm
network
curious how this
settings.
works on iOS because Apple restricts things
Yeah,
like
they
that.
wouldn't let you do that on Apple.
But it's saying it's for iOS and for Android now. So
We'll have to check it
Oh,
out.
you install a VPN profile, so it
Yeah.
acts as a VPN
Yeah.
on iOS.
Interesting.
So it's cool. You can, if you want to avoid some of that, I think it's inevitable. I think that technology is becoming so pervasive that we're just giving that up anyway. But,
Yeah.
But if you want to avoid it,
hold
I-
off for as long as you
if
can.
you haven't switched to Cloudflare's 1.1.1 DNS for your like home router and stuff, I suggested it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's faster for sure.
I
but-
did. I like it.
Yeah, I pushed it. I like it.
All right.
I just did it in the few seconds you talked about it. I downloaded it and installed the profile, and now I have 1.1.1.
Nice.
I want to do it too. If Jarron's doing it, I want to do it.
I mean, I already had it on my home network, but
Yeah.
now I have it on the cell network,
You guys
which is cool.
didn't give me anything to buy this time.
Well,
I guess I did
I was
Pokemon
gonna say,
Go.
you bought Pokemon Let's Go.
I'm hungry. You got your pizza app?
Should we really get pizza?
No, we shouldn't. No, I got
Yeah.
6 kids to get home to.
Wait. So I do this one, the 1.1.1.1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
As long as
that's
it's
the
from
one.
as long as it's from Cloudflare, you're good.
I don't think it is.
that looks like the one that Jarron just did.
Oh, sweet. Then I'm gonna get this one. Boop boop.
And there goes
That's
all of your
that's all-
information.
That's all I have to say. That looks like the one Jarron did. He's like,
Yeah.
trust
I'll
approved.
Take it.
Would you lie to me about something like this?
No,
This is
I care
serious.
too much about your digital security for that.
Can I tell you, every now and then when I don't really think that I'm ready for the day, this facial recognition makes me feel bad. Like I wake up early in the morning and
And it doesn't register?
open.
Oh my gosh. What is your morning face like? Pretty bad, huh?
You say just waiting for that day.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't happen already?
It doesn't happen.
No, it happens right now.
Oh, it actually happens
gonna
already.
say, sounded like you
it
said
judges me.
Sounded like you said it happens.
Oh,
Yeah, and
no.
I feel like when it actually does unlock instead of the ka-tink, it's like, okay.
So,
And
you're
then you
not.
start getting ads for like toothbrushes and like
Hair
blow
gels.
dryers.
Dude, whatever advertising Google/Facebook pixel category that they put me in with white males that make anywhere between 50 to 75, it's just like, oh yeah, here's some Nioxin for your hair and, chapstick that you won't use, stuff to take care of your prostate,
They're
just
like, you seem
whatever.
insecure. Here you go.
It's all about demographics, man.
A lot of self-help books.
Targeting those demographics.
A lot of the Audible. Hey, do either one of you two have, or three have Audible?
I do. I love it.
Yep.
Do you
it's great.
suggest it?
Oh, yeah.
I would
How much is it?
suggest
Like $5 a month?
No, it's like
15.
What?
Yeah,
There are so many free deals.
but that's
though.
why you keep it. You keep it for you get your one free book a month for not free. You get your one $15 title a month.
Yeah, wait. One book is $15.
Guess how much the token costs? You pay $15, you get a token. A token can go for any any book. Most of the books on there run anywhere from $15 to $60.
So you pay $15 a month for one token.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Okay. It's
And
not
then-
like it's not like
but-
a subscription. Then you get access to all their all.
No,
all their
no, no.
library.
What? That's what I
But-
thought it was. What
but,
happens if you don't
however-
like the book?
However, you can return it. However, the nice, really neat perk about that is once you're a subscriber, they send out sales like every week of like 300 titles on sale that you can get for like $4 a book.
But I'm already paying $15 a month.
So what you do is you sign up, keep it going for a little while, and then you can go to cancel, and they give you an option to do it every other month. So it's $15 every other month for a token every other month, and then you still get to participate in the sales, and you have your.
You're talking to a man that pays
So they-
$1 for his razor blade.
So that this is what I do. Every few months or so, they have a deal where you sign up for Audible, you get 3 free books. So you get a free membership for like 3 months. And then you cancel that membership, and then you wait until the next deal comes up, and then you get 3 free books again.
I'm gonna
They
look
don't
at it
ever
right
keep.
now.
They don't ever keep track of that you've been a subscriber already.
They do sometimes. I've re-signed up at least 5 or 6 times.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's even
What
better
I
than
want to know
I
is,
said.
did anybody listen to the Pet Cemetery that Michael C. Hall read?
No.
That was like a big advertisement for them a little bit ago.
for
Also,
Halloween.
I might have to get that.
is Audible an Amazon-owned company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get any kind of like perk there?
Nope.
No.
Not really.
What?
But speaking of that, if any of you Brandon Sanderson fans out there
Yes.
like the new Skybound, Skyward, it's a great book.
He lives here.
Yes,
He does indeed.
In this very city.
Yeah.
I actually want to talk to you about that once we get done.
Anyway,
I think we are done. All right. Yeah, we good? We good?
I think we're good.
I'm not dead yet.
We
I'm
good?
getting
We
I'm
good?
getting Audible right now.
We good?
Uh,
Owen, take us out.
Hey, we hope you care.
Gadget Spot.